Lisbeth Family View presents Things Men Should Consider Before Marriage. You probably wonder why some men give up so easily in marriage, or why some get detached from their wife at the early stage of their marriage. As we all know, being married can be overwhelming sometimes. We sometimes get depressed and frustrated when life takes a turn on us. We feel as though we are solving a giant puzzle with all the clues staring straight at us, and sometimes forget how we got to this point. We forget what made us decide to get married. We also lose focus on our goals and plan for our married future. Having a plan and getting prepared mentally and physically can save our marriages. A man needs to understand that he is about to make some decision that will affect not just him, but his partner. In this video, we'll be discussing 11 factors a man should consider before marriage. The first factor is readiness. You decide in your heart to pursue a goal which is marriage. You've got to ask yourself if you are ready to take this step. Giving yourself the time to think or having doubt about your decision is totally okay. A man needs to get this assurance and confirmation in his mind that he is ready to get married. It is not healthy for a man to be under prayer to get married either by his partner or by his parents. He needs to get himself mentally and physically prepared. Some men have dreams of how their marriage should be like, while some do not have a clue of what a marriage should look like. Either way, you must get past your fear and take the step to prepare yourself for marriage. Because now or later, you will eventually get married. It is also important you try to seek spiritual advice depending on your religion. Praying and seeking God's confirmation will give you relief and hope in choosing the right person. The second factor is love. You fall in love with someone you are comfortable with and someone you respect. You have the sense of belonging and acceptability that you are with the right person. Not everyone believes in love, but it is an important factor to consider before marriage. It is easy to see yourself falling in love with someone. It is also easy to fall out of love. Some men in relationship have multiples of girlfriends, while some keep just one girl in a relationship. Men in multiple relationships sometimes have difficulties choosing the right lady to settle down with. This is because they are not sure of the level of love they have for each one. Having to choose might be difficult, and they sometimes choose the wrong lady. A man in a committed relationship have devoted himself to understanding his lady and will not have difficulties deciding if she is best for him or not. A marriage needs strong foundation of love to be able to carry the challenges and trials of marriage. There are some points in your marriage where the love you have for each other plays a vital role. You should consider loving your partner unconditionally. Give her attention, time, gifts, and understand her. The third factor to consider is commitment. Another factor to consider here is commitment. You must ask yourself if you can commit to your relationship, if you can commit to your marriage. So marriage nowadays are in shambles mostly because the man cheated on the woman or they lost connection with their wife. Being committed requires staying with your partner during thick and thin. This means you need to be ready to keep loving your wife and make your marriage a priority. The fourth factor to consider is communication. Having an effective communication in your marriage solves almost all problems in your marriage. When a man understands that talking things out with his wife can promote peace and love, he feels more relaxed and open. You should be able to discuss your plans and resolve issues through discussion, not through nagging or quarrels. You must work on controlling your anger and be aware of your wife's emotion. Through effective communication, you can get to know the pains, needs, desires, likes, and dislikes of your wife. It is very important that you consider building an effective form of communication with your future partner. The fifth factor to consider is trust. Building a relationship based on trust promotes marriage. We might sometimes be a little insecure and quite sensitive and secretive because we understand that creating an atmosphere of trust and reliability by doing what you say and saying what you do, your woman will open completely to you. Your woman will open completely to trusting you, which will promote a successful marriage. When there is lack of trust in the marriage, it damages the marriage. There will be anger, suspicions, and a lot of nagging. As a man who is preparing to get married, you need to get over previous experience of mistruths you might have encountered, maybe from friends, family members, or previous relationships. You can as well make your partner aware of your previous experience about trust. The sixth factor to consider are patience and forgiveness. In marriage, couples need to understand that being patient and able to forgive their partner's wrongdoing promotes a successful marriage. We have to learn to cultivate an art of patience. When things are always hurt and both partners shout on each other, always arguing and fighting, it breeds problem to the marriage, which might eventually cause separation or divorce. If you can't control your anger, it is not okay to beat your wife and hurt her badly. Being able to forgive and look past minor issues in marriage builds a stronger bond. Patience. Patience prevents you from committing a violent act towards your wife. Forgiveness allows you to step out of the role of a victim and show that you are capable of acknowledging your hurt and moving on from it. There might be a situation where your partner hurt you badly and it is hard to forgive. You need to be patient and seek advice from reliable source. Holding grudges can hurt your marriage badly. Talking it out with your partner or accepting advice and therapy can help reduce tension in your marriage. The seventh factor to be considered is selflessness. Being open and concerned about your partner's welfare improves your relationship. When a man is selfish and only thought about himself, he complains a lot and don't get pleased with anything his wife does. It prevents growth in the marriage. If you are selfish and behave like the world revolves around you, you lose connection with your wife. You must understand that once you are married, you must put your partner's need in consideration with yours. Selflessness promotes love, happiness, healthy communication, and intimacy in marriage. You must consider before marriage that prioritizing your partner's need will help facilitate a lasting relationship. The eighth factor to consider is respect. You have the responsibility to protect and respect your partner's opinion and thought. Some men believe a woman has little knowledge about life and things. It is not okay to treat your woman less or cut her short during discussions or conversations in public. Mocking, insulting, and calling your wife name in public reduces her self-esteem, which in turn damages your relationship. When you show your partner that her opinion matters and she is respected, you get the best from her. You need to be ready to treat your wife with respect and show her that she is as important as you are. The ninth factor to consider is intimacy. A marriage is more interesting when the level of intimacy is satisfying. Sexual intimacy is not the only intimacy in a marriage. You must understand that marriage includes being emotionally involved with your wife. When your woman feels comfortable sharing her feelings, both good and bad, she is being satisfied emotionally. Couples need to be able to tell each other things they cannot share with anyone, even their best friend. Discussions about interest and things you don't have interest in are easier to share with your partner. You should show affection to your wife every time, even in public. You also must be comfortable asking her what she likes and dislikes during sex. You must be ready to show off your wife regardless of her look and her status. And if there are obvious things she needs to change, correct her in a more affectionate manner. The 10th factor to consider is friendship. The reason why some best friends who are not of the same gender end up getting married or having an affair is because they are too used to each other. They get very comfortable with one another, even more than siblings. If you are not marrying your female best friend, you should make your wife your best friend. It is advisable to make your marriage the best relationship of your life. It is okay not to neglect your family and close friend, but you shouldn't let your relationship with them affect your marriage. In a situation whereby love is reducing in a marriage, being friends with your wife can help rekindle the love. The 11th factor to consider is money. The financial stability of a marriage is very important. Openness about each other's financial status is key to preventing some marriage issue. You need to be clear and open to your partner before marriage. If you have any financial debt, you need to settle. Also, you must have proper discussion on how finance will be handled once you are married. Things like having a joint account, who buys the grocery, who pays the rentage, who pays the children's school fees, who furnishes the house, when to buy new stuff, and many other things. Having this discussion with your partner makes it easy to manage finance when married, which can prevent financial arguments. You need to understand if your partner is a shopaholic. You also need to be able to learn how to cut down your expenses if you are a man who is scared of getting married because you believe most women out there are looking to start a relationship or get married to a rich man. You have this fear that women don't want to start afresh with a man. Don't give up on your dream to start a beautiful home. Even though money can be as important in marriage as love, you should try to build your marriage with a woman who is willing to grow with you and not after whether you are rich or not. We hope you find this information and tip shared in this video helpful. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Thanks for watching and best of luck on your journey towards marriage.